welcome in. This is Kendi K all day. Welcome. This is Shoptalk. This is our virtual content creator makerspace. And I'm your host. This is Kendi K all day. Friends, we've got a power-packed episode. We are up to episode 32. Friends, we are the Content Creator Collective. This is where we convene 3 times a week in a live virtual Q&A. If you have questions about becoming a YouTube content creator, or if you are a YouTube content creator, welcome in, friends. Welcome in. This is Kendi K all day. Y'all, thank y'all for joining me. Welcome in, content creators. And if you are not a content creator, you are welcome to join us as well, because it's super exciting to learn about YouTube as content creators, and from the viewer perspective and also from the creator perspective. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. Friends, we're going to get right to the meat of the matter. Episode 32 is the ABCs of content creation. Friends, we're going to do a deep dive down into the beginning analytics for content creators. Analytic basics for content creators. I'm calling it the ABCs, analytic basics for content creators. Yes, I see friends gathering and friends joining us. So we are going to go ahead and get directly into the content, because then that will allow for more and more questions and answers to go forth. Y'all, I'm just the facilitator. I'm just the guide on the side, but we are the collective. It's those friends who are down in the chat, chatting it up as they will, so that we can learn from each other. We can collaborate and grow our channels too, and through monetization. Well, congratulations. So let's go ahead and put that up on the screen. It is our friend JC Calamity J. Well, I will tell you this much. This I know for sure, Calamity Jane, you are welcome to come and join me as a co-host and gain watch hours on your channel. And even it sounds like things are just processing through YouTube in order for you to actually go live on your own channel. But you're welcome to come and practice on my channel. You can join me and co-host this stream with me. Because in order to co-host, you do not have to have 50 subscribers. So even if they're still going through their reviews and things like that, if you want to come up on the stage, I will give you a mini interview. Welcome in. I see so many friends gathering in that chat, and I am so proud to see that. Y'all, I think that I remember I did not. Let me double check and make sure that Nightbot is supporting our moderators. And shout out to the moderators in that chat. Thank you all for supporting me as always. Yeah, looks like chat, our Nightbot friend, our virtual assistant, is supporting us as well. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. This is Kendi K all day. We're doing the ABCs for content creators. It's analytic basics for content creators. The ABCs. Analytic basics for content creators. Y'all, I made that up myself. I'm super proud of myself for that. Can you tell? Yes, I am super excited because I did. Y'all, it's getting late in the evening. So thank you all for joining us. I am so excited. Yes, friends, this is Kendi K all day. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. So many friends are gathering. We want to welcome Lala, the high vibe coach. Welcome in. And member of Kendi K's crew. Y'all, make sure you're locked in with us, because we are having a September to remember. Happy fall, y'all. With that September to remember, on Friday, it is going down on this channel. We are having our September prize wheel for the crew members, the members of Kendi K's crew. All the prizes go to the members of Kendi K's crew. And we're also going to have family game night. So if you rock and ride with Kendi K all day, you're more than welcome to come on over. get right on in to our family game night. It's going down. Prizes will be had by all. Subscribe, win a prize, become a part of our family. And that just means take the plunge, hit subscribe. It's absolutely free. But if you do want an elevated experience, including a shot at those bigger prizes on the prize wheel, become a member of Kendi K's crew. Yeah. So join us on Friday. We're doing a 2-for-1. And you're going to get a prize wheel for crew members. And we're also going to just have a family game night because it's going to be in September to remember. Happy fall, y'all. Happy fall. We want to thank JC Calamity Jane for joining us. And Harjarine Annette, welcome in, friend. Welcome in. First one to leave a message in the chat for us was Claire, the missing link, one of our moderators on this stream. And welcome in, Claire. Welcome in. And we've got Gemini Diva 79 also supporting to moderate and also a content creator. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. Yeah, we had a pretty exciting game night. So I'm excited to replicate that. But in fact, I'm not trying to replicate it. We're going higher. We're going bigger and better. Go big or go home, right? Right. Yeah, it's all about the games. Gemini Diva says that last game night was awesome. I agree. Okay. Now Lala has asked an interesting question. Is there going to be food? Let me think about that, Lala. Let me think about that. Yeah, that prize wheel, I agree, Claire. The prize wheel was really fun during our August crew member prize wheel because, man, the prize wheel started at $25. One of the prizes, we had several prizes on that prize wheel, including gift cards, but we had one cash prize. Started at $25, and that thing got boosted twice. Boost. So we're definitely doing that again. Don't know how far we're going to go with how many boosts it can get, but we keep boosting that prize wheel and that cash prize until we get a winner. You all, thank you for joining me. This is Kendi K all day. Y'all, we're talking about the ABCs of analytics. So these are analytic basics for content creators on YouTube. Every episode of Shoptalk is where we just talk shop as content creators. Let's get right into that so that we can get to the meat of the matter. Thank you all for joining me. This is Kendi K all day. Friends, we want to take a look at what you see when you go into studio.youtube.com. Y'all, I want to take a look at some of the older analytics from a couple of months ago. We're going to compare those to my most recent analytics, and hopefully that will help you to begin to look at your analytics more closely. Analytics, meaning the information, the data that YouTube gives you as a content creator, not in the YouTube app, but in the YouTube Studio app, and also the desktop version of YouTube Studio, also known as the browser edition or the back office. That is the desktop edition that you would launch from a browser, not through the YouTube Studio app. Excuse me, I need to get some water and hydrate a little bit. So if you take a look there, here's some information from a couple of months ago. That was probably 4th of July, because I remember doing that video around the 4th of July where I did the video of the zoo. We went on a little field trip there. And it was a good month. It was just a great month as far as my analytics. I increased my subscribers by 538 in a 28-day period. I increased my number of subscribers by 538. Y'all, that in fact was my best month as a content creator in terms of the number of subscribers that I gained. And I'm happy to say at this moment that I have retained the overwhelming majority of those subscribers. I've lost a few subscribers here and there, and like one, maybe two, but never more than that. And so now I'm a little over 1,400 subscribers, and we're trying to get to 1,500 because we're on the road to 5K. That is 5,000 subscribers. And y'all, we've already surpassed 5,000 watch hours as a newly fully monetized channel. So we're doing pretty good. We are holding our own. But one of the things that really has helped me is the more I learn how to evaluate and analyze the data, my analytics down in YouTube Studio. And so I want to share with you what I've learned, and it's just asking yourself questions and letting the data drive your decision making about your channel. Listen and look at the data and let that data drive your decision making about your channel. So many friends are still gathering. I'm super excited. Lala says that our high vibe coach, everyone's high vibe coach, it says that she is taking notes. No problem there. Yeah. I wish I could have another great month like that, but in that 28-day period, I did in fact gain 538 subscribers. And the best thing of it all is that I still have retained all of those subscribers, just with just a few exceptions. And so we just carry on. So far, so good. I think one of the things that I would attribute gaining so many subscribers from is that I try to put out my best self, right? I try to put out my best content. Is it perfect content? No. Do I need to continue to learn editing skills? Yes. But it is good evergreen content and that resonates with viewers. So people hit subscribe, and I've been watching other content creators and other channels, and friends have been having a bit of a debate in the YouTube streets asking, should we ask folks to hit the subscribe button? Well, how else are they going to know that you want them to subscribe? Sometimes I'm always watching YouTube. I don't watch very much network TV anymore, but when people prompt me to subscribe, sometimes I just double check and make sure. I thought I was a subscriber on their channel, but sometimes you think, and then you realize I never did hit the subscribe button. So I don't mind people asking me to subscribe or hit the like button. It's just a reminder, right? But some people say that that's a definite no, it's a turn off. But y'all, it's been working for me. So if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. This is a Kendi K all day. Yeah. And again, I told you we're on the road to 5K over here, and it's because of your increase in watch hours. How many minutes you all have been watching my content, y'all? We smashed through. That's why I set the goal for the road to 5K. It was supposed to be 5,000 watch hours and 5,000 subscribers to go with it, y'all, because I knew we needed 4,000 watch hours cumulatively, including all the watch hours, minutes turned into hours, but we needed 4,000 watch hours from our long format videos and our live streams in order to be a fully monetized channel. Y'all, do you know we have achieved that goal? We went straight through 4,000 watch hours and straight on through, and we have now surpassed well over 5,000 watch hours on this channel. We're already past 5,000. And I did it every day by reminding you all, please watch the content. And please give me feedback if there's something that is preventing you from watching the content for longer periods of time. And that is what we're going to see as we look at the ABCs, the analytics basics for content creators. So if you're a new or small content creator, or if you're thinking about becoming a content creator, I'm going to show you what I'm looking at when I look at the data that is given to me for free as a content creator using YouTube Studio. Friends, I'm always encouraging you all to use the desktop version of YouTube Studio because it gives you so much more data. Because Your app will give you a snapshot, but when you look at the desktop edition of the back office, what we call YouTube Studio, you just get access to more and more and more data. So let's go back in. Let's keep looking at that data. During that same 28-day period where I gained over 500 subscribers, I also, friends, had 22,000 views on my channel. Friends, this was a record-breaking month. And let me tell you some things I remember about the month of July. One, I traveled during that month, and I was intentional to do some recording of content while I was traveling. And then I said this was the month of July of 2025. So we had a holiday, right? 4th of July holiday. So that means a lot of humans all over this country. It was 4th of July in the United States of America. So there were a lot of humans who had extra days off work. They took PTO, they took vacation time, or they might have been federal, state employees, county employees. And so they were guaranteed extra days off work. And it all worked in my favor, right, as a content creator. And I had the added benefit of having planned travel to be off because I was on, I had PTO time that I took, and I went to the zoo, and that resonated well with viewers as well. We got to see new content being pushed out by Kendi K, and then so many humans were on vacation or not working. Remember, all of America's children were at home. It was in the middle of the summer. So I think all of those things contributed to me getting a record of 22,000 views on my channel. And friends, when you add up the watch hours, because those minutes, every single minute that you watch Kendi K's content is helping to increase the number of watch hours. And now that I'm a fully monetized channel, it also, the more minutes that you all spend watching my content and the ads that are running alongside my content right before you go into any of my content or even coming into this live stream, that increases the revenue that I can earn as a fully monetized content creator. I'm explaining these things to you now, even if you're not partially monetized or fully monetized. Excuse me. I'm explaining these things to you now so that you can figure things out and begin to analyze your own data. And hopefully you are gleaning some information from me talking about my channel analytics. Y'all, this is what we're doing tonight. It's the ABCs, analytics basics for YouTube content creators. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. It's Real Talk. Real Journal Talk with V. Welcome in, friends. It's Michelle's Mirror. Welcome in, friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is a Kendi K all day. I just love the community. We're family over here, y'all. We're rocking and rolling, and we are going to collaborate, learn, and grow these channels to and through full monetization. Let's put in the chat hashtag beyond, because it's not just about getting to the first level of monetization. That's nice. That is a great milestone for you to smash through. But it's beyond that. We want to get to full monetization and beyond. Welcome in, friends, or welcome in. This is a Kendi K all day. Welcome in, Michelle. Claire, the missing link, says, let the data drive your decision making. Yes, that's what I am doing. I'm looking at the data and using the data to help me make decisions about my channel and what direction. If things are working, keep doing them. And if things are not seem to be working, if the data is indicating you should pivot, then friends, pivot. And so, y'all, everything is not roses on the channel, okay? So I want to be very transparent here as a fellow content creator. Friends, we're all in this thing together. Yeah, sure. I can boldly put up that I had 22,000 views on this channel. I think that's what that number was on the last visual. But friends, I'm still a small and a new content creator. You want to know why? Because here's some more of my data. And if I can share the good, I can also share the things that I want to improve on my channel. This is why we're doing the ABCs. It is analytic basics for YouTube content creators, the ABCs. So let's take a look. Here is some more of my studio.youtube.com analytics data. And friends, if you look in the middle column there, it is showing you my top content in terms of views. It is showing me showing you and me through YouTube Studio, the top content in terms of views in the month of July and August. So that 28-day period that is partially July and partially August. And friends, what you see straight down the middle is you see all those shorts. All those shorts. It was shorts back in July. It was shorts that was driving all of the views on my channel. Oh, Candy K, no wonder you had 22,000 views. And let me tell you, most of those 22,000 views were views on my shorts. Yeah, I had 1,800 views on a 4th of July short that had those pretty 4th of July flowers that I picked up from Sam's Club. It said, "Happy 4th of July, pray for the USA." 1,800 views on that. Average view duration, 10 seconds. People, they're called shorts. So make sure if you're doing shorts, you probably better just keep them short. People, y'all, they're watching, but they are watching for short amounts of time. Yes, it will bring more views. I got 1,800 views on that short. But y'all, if you look at my top 5 videos in that 28-day period, they are all, and I do mean all, from shorts. My top 5 performing content was for shorts, views on shorts. 7-Up Pound Cake. It was that short, 1,800 views on that in a 28-day period. Rainbows and Sunshine in June brought in 1,400 views. And then Father's Day still was giving us good traction. A video that I first posted in June 15, it still got an additional new 1,200 views on it. Average view duration of 13 seconds. If you're going to do shorts, keep them short. But I would tell you, as a fully monetized content creator, it is these shorts. I now know for sure it was the shorts that was holding me back from my fullest potential on my channel. Given a choice, people are going to watch your shorts instead of your long format content and or your live streams, okay? And it probably goes in this order, but it all depends on your analytics. It just basically depends on your viewers, because your viewers are not my viewers. So it depends on your viewers and your good content. But given a choice, if folks have a short about this content, whatever your content is, or they have a long format video, they're more than likely going to catch the short. So keep that in mind. That is why I would tell you, as now a fully monetized content creator, and friends, that's another exciting point that I wanted to share with you, because you guys have rocked and rolled with me this whole time. And so you're my people. We're family. And y'all, it's important that we just talk about some of these things. Y'all, over this week, Candy K got her first YouTube check. Yes, can you believe that? I am super excited. And y'all, what a wonderful thing. What a wonderful thing to wake up, check through your applications on your phone, on my smartphone, and see. And then I also got an email indicating to me that I received an AdSense payment. I could not believe it, friends. So it is true. As a fully monetized content creator, you can get a YouTube check. And y'all, I was also an initially monetized creator. So I met that first level of monetization, and they also refer to that as partial monetization, where I was allowed to do supers, as in super stickers, super chats, and also that's when I started Kendi K's Crew, my paid members. And if you're interested in becoming a member of Kendi K's Crew so that you can get on that September to Remember prize wheel, y'all, it's going down this Friday. So look for the thumbnails and don't forget to set your notifications to all. Friends, I just couldn't believe it. It actually did happen. And before I could even get payment on my first month as a initially monetized creator, based off of my memberships, based off of gifts that folks might have sent me, or super chats, gift memberships, and super stickers, I was fully monetized. And let me tell you what caused me to be fully monetized after reaching initial or partial monetization, all within the same 30-day period. I unlisted all 400 plus shorts. Let me say it again. How did I move within 30 days from being an initially or partially monetized channel with the ability to now have memberships, Kendi K's Crew, and that's Crew with a K, and stickers, where kind humans might buy super stickers or super chats in different colors. You know what I'm talking about. I moved straight to and through not just 4,000 watch hours, about 5,000 watch hours as a new and small content creator to become fully monetized, all within about the same 30 to 40 day period, friends. And it was only because I unlisted. That's the easier way of just kind of turning off all those shorts, because they're going to bring the views in. You just saw it from my analytics. Brought in 22,000 views in a 28-day period. But friends, you need the watch hours. If they're only watching 10 seconds of a short or 13 seconds of a short, friends, you saw it. You saw what the data revealed. Given a choice, most viewers are going to watch your shorts. So you're going to have to unlist them. And when I did, friends, it happened quick, fast, and in a hurry. And I'm telling you now, friends, Kendi K was able to get her first YouTube check. That thing was direct deposited, and y'all, it felt good. If you want more information than that, y'all, I'm going to be convening a special series. I'm working on that now so that we can really talk about what getting a YouTube check looks like and what kind of things I did to get ready for my first YouTube check. Y'all, thank you. Thank you for rocking and riding with me. This is Kendi K all day. Y'all, Monique Poe has snuck in here on us. Welcome in, Monique Poe. Thank you for moderating this chat with us. And thank you first and foremost for being a member of Kendi K's Crew. Yes, I agree. What Gemini Diva said, shorts are fine, but they do not drive that monetization. And let me tell you why. You may, in fact, grow the subscribers. Shorts will help you to increase your reach and gain subscribers. The caveat is this: will they stay your subscriber? Okay. Subscribing is free. The part that shorts does not do is it will not increase the number of watch hours. They're short, y'all. They're only watching for a short period of time. Yeah. Welcome in, friends. Hey there, Barry. Blessings upon blessings to Barry and Mrs. Barry. Y'all, they do walking on their channel, and they just do kindness on the channel. I love one of my favorite channels in these YouTube streets at this moment. And so, y'all, we're taking a look at the ABCs. That is the analytics that are available to us for free as content creators through our YouTube Studio app. I'm encouraging you all to use the desktop edition through a browser to access YouTube Studio for your channel. And we're looking at the basics of analytics. Analytic basics for a content creator. Kendy K calls those the A, B, C's. Welcome in, friends. If you do have any questions as a content creator, now is the time. So back in July, friends, when all of my content during that month in July, that 28-day period in July that included the 4th of July, my top 5 performing content, my top 5 performing pieces of content on my channel were in fact shorts. So yeah, I was getting massive views, but it was on shorts. And none of those minutes were converted to watch hours, because the watch hours for full monetization and even initial monetization has to come from your long format content and or your live streams. So now fast forward to this past 28 days. You see those dates. I did fried green tomatoes. Kitty K did it as a cook-along, and it was over in the night. It was an after dark, so it must have been on the weekend, friends, on September the 12th. Kenny K did a cook-along, and 1,500 folks rolled through Kenny K's house for that cook-along, and we cooked a fried green tomatoes. That content just resonated with so many folks. So y'all, that was a cook-along. That is longer format content at its best. And I know for sure the reason for the influx there is because it was live. It was a live streamed cook-along. So you get a 2-for-1 when you do live streams. You get a big influx of viewers who are watching your content and engaging with you through the chat and hitting that like button, giving you stars of encouragement, asking you questions. And in this case, I was cooking. And so a lot of friends were asking about me cooking those fried green tomatoes, how I season them, all of that. So check out that content. And then you get a 2-for-1. I call it a 2-for-1. This is Kendy K all day. I call it a 2-for-1 because then after the live stream has ended, that content goes public. You can make that content public again, and then it begins to act and behave just like a long format video, meaning that you get to retain every single minute of every single viewer that watches that content. All those minutes convert into hours towards your 4,000 watch hours required for full monetization. Yes. And then I did a meal prep Monday, friends, and I just did this one on Sunday night, September the 22nd. Y'all see the date. You see the date. Another live stream, 1,400 views. I was super excited to see that 1,400 views. So it didn't matter that most folks only stayed on the live stream for a minute or less. They were like, what is she cooking over there? But friends, if 1,400 folks rolled through here and they all stayed on for right at a minute, then hey, I'll take it every day. I'll take it every day. Welcome in, mom of 3. Welcome in. And y'all, but even though I unlisted, and that's just the softer version, I didn't do a hard turn my shorts off, but I did unlist over 400 shorts. And that is what took me to full monetization within about a 30 or 40 day period. As soon as I did that, it was immediate, because there was nothing else for them to watch other than Kendy K all day, my long format videos and my live streams. But because that short is not completely turned off, it wasn't a hard off and making it private, I just unlisted it so that it would be less likely to appear on folks' channel feed or their YouTube page as soon as they open up YouTube on their phone app. But some 1,250 friends still watched that short for my 7-up pound cake. And friends, but they watched longer. So look at the average view duration of that short. And it said that the average view duration is that they watched the entire short, because the short is only like a minute I told you how to make a whole 7-Up pound cake in a minute. And folks watch for, on an average, 1 minute and 31 seconds. So that means they watch that short on repeat. So I say to you again, I'm just telling you what has worked for me. And my analytics are showing me that if you do shorts, if you're a person that loves to do shorts, more power to you. Kendy K, I'm still going to do some shorts, to be honest with you. But not too many, and they're going to be short. Yes, they're going to be extremely short. You know why? I'll tell you this right now. You don't make any money on those shorts. Even now that I'm a fully monetized content creator, pennies. Ain't nobody got time for that, right? Yes. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. And this is Kendy K all day. Y'all, thank y'all for rocking and riding with me. This is Kendy K all day. If anybody would like to join me on stage, and then I would give you an opportunity to talk about your channel, kind of give you a little mini interview, because y'all, we've all been there. We've all been working, trying to get to our first 50 subscribers so that we can even go live at all on our own channels. And so it's an opportunity for you to, what I call, cross-pollinate and get to put your content out to other viewers beyond your regular viewers. And so let's take a look again at that. We were looking at in July, my top 5 pieces of content were in fact shorts. Now here are my top 5 pieces of content for September and half of August. So in the last 28 days, consisting of August and September, friends, my top performing content was a live stream with 1,500 views, fried green tomatoes. My second top performing content was in fact a live stream. It got 1,400 views, and all of those minutes can convert to hours and generate watch hours on my channel. Once you become a fully monetized content creator, those watch hours are even more important, because the longer folks are watching, the more revenue you can gain based on the ads that are playing alongside your content and in the middle of your content. Welcome in, friends. Now, number 3 is the short from the 7-Up pound cake. It's still out there because it's just unlisted. So I didn't turn my shorts off. I unlisted them. That's just a soft pause on the shorts. And then Kendy K After Dark. Y'all, these After Dark live streams seem to be on to something. And I think I do it well with the After Darks, which means Kendy K just comes on later in the night, right? Like, this is typically about as late as Kendy K will go with having a live stream. It's dark now outside. This is about as late as I'm up, friends, because after this, Kendy K starts shutting her house down and getting ready for bed. I'm just being honest, because y'all know Kendy K is a woman of a particular age, and ain't nobody got time to be in these YouTube streets all night long. But I was doing something different, trying something different. And friends, it has been working. So on the weekends, I will sometimes just pop up. And I think that's why I had an influx of views on my live streams that I called After Dark. Y'all, it's all about marketing. You got it. I love, this is why I call YouTube my playground, friends, because I'm just out here having fun in the streets, right? And so I turn off the kitchen lights and I just call it After Dark. Yes, friends, yes. And it has been working to rave reviews. And I think that's why I have so many more viewers at some of these After Darks, is because I'm not normally in the YouTube streets after dark. I'm talking about, y'all, one time I was up to 2 o'clock in the morning making 7-Up pound cake after dark. But it was worth it. It was worth it because, y'all, I had like right at 40 watch hours off of that live stream. Yeah, it was worth it. It was worth it. And it was a weekend, so I just went to bed after that. But I think the reason why my live streams, my After Dark live stream content does well is because I'm not normally live late into the night. Yeah, some folks are, but Kenny K is a woman of particular age, and I'm just not too much. But I was doing it, and probably going to keep doing it. I'll just pop up when and if I can. And this past Sunday, I did the same thing. So let's take a look. So the 7-Up pound cake cook along again, it got rendered 805 views, and now do you see that they're staying longer? 4 minutes and 18 seconds. Yes. Where originally they were only staying about a minute and a half. Now it's up to 4 minutes and 18 seconds. Now my top performing content over the last 28 days, friends, has been extremely positive because it's all of my long format content from my videos and my live streams. I'm in a collaboration with one of these collaborators is right here, Nisha Antoinette. We are doing a fall soups, #fall soups collaboration with Mary's Life Journey, Queen's Alchemy, and I shouldn't call names, but I do know that Nisha Antoinette is also a part of that collaboration, and she did a great soup here over last weekend that with some butternut squash and some pumpkin. Oh my goodness, that soup looked amazing, friend. So y'all check us out. Hey, so Barry, if you and Mrs. Barry, if y'all are into soups, y'all try something different. I stuck my toe into this after dark times. It just means that I'm turning the camera on and going live. And in fact, I was doing some cooking. I don't always cook on my after darks. Sometimes we just talk about serious subjects. And but so it's working. I wanted you all to see these analytics, friends, because it is in fact working. Yes, when I collaborate, that's why I keep telling you, friends, collaborate so that you can cross-pollinate your viewers with my viewers and other viewers who are assembled in the chat. That's what friends are doing right now in the chat, is they are Nisha Antoinette. Nisha, I'm gonna have to pull out my shakers. Thank you, Nisha Antoinette. Thank you, friend. Thank you. Thank you for the $20 holla. If you're on an iPhone, it won't let you get the 20. So I'm thanking you in advance and thanking you for the $20 holla. Thank you, friend. Thank you, friend, for the encouragement. Y'all, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. But a very special thank you goes out to our good friend, Anisha Antoinette. But y'all, I'm collaborating with her. We're doing soups, and you can join us with that too. All you have to do is make a soup content in a long format video or a live stream and add the hashtag fall soups with an S. And then all of our content will be together, and y'all, we can grow this thing together. We've got a massive playlist that's just building and building and building momentum, because everybody who has a fall soup and wants to be a part of this collaboration, all you have to do is put it in the description box, drop it into the title, hashtag fall soups. It'll just automatically bring those things together. And then when friends watch, because we have it all in a massive playlist now. We're building that massive playlist. When friends watch, you get the watch hours on your channel. Y'all, it makes a sense for you to collaborate, to learn, and grow your channel to and through a full monetization. Did y'all know, Candy Cat? Y'all, I got my first YouTube check this week, friends. This week, I'm putting together a special series so we can talk about the monetization, y'all, because there's some things that you all need to know. But I did, in fact, y'all, that was lovely. And that was lovely to know that hard work is paying off and friends are watching that content. Most importantly, they're watching the long format content, my live streams, and my long format videos. Y'all, those shorts, I'm here to tell you, I'm here to confirm you make pennies. And Candy K ain't got time for no pennies. When the last time y'all used pennies for real, in the real streets? We don't, because Kitty ain't got time from it, nobody else. We need some green, right? Yes, yes. Y'all know I'm just playing you with you. Yo, I need y'all to roll out with me tomorrow. Kenny K is going to be in these YouTube streets tomorrow at just about this time of the day, friends. Y'all, we gotta go visit our good friend model Lori Ann, and we're gonna do just that. So y'all check the post. You'll see the post tomorrow, and model Lori Ann already has the thumbnail out available so that you all can see that. We are going over to model Lori Ann's place tomorrow, hanging out with her for her interview series. So she's going to be interviewing Kendi K all day. So y'all, that should be pretty fun. I can't wait. Yeah, I got to get my beauty rest. So we're about to come down from these places. But y'all, we're still looking at the ABCs for episode 32 of Shop Talk. This is our content creator maker space. And friends, we are talking all about the ABCs, analytic basics for YouTube creators. That's the ABCs, analytic basics for YouTube creators. Welcome, friends. Welcome. So let's finish up here, y'all. You might have saw my recent video that came out today. It was made public to you all today, and you all have been watching that video. It was new. It was relevant. Okay. So it was Shop Talk, but episodes of Shop Talk are always a live Q&A. But this time I did a video, a long format video about something a new feature that is available to some creators in YouTube Studio. And it is called the title A/B testing feature. It is called the title A/B testing feature. And so I created a 30-minute video, walked you through that. I even told you how I plan to use it. And y'all, here's some real-time data. This content came out early this morning, and I want us to talk through it from a creator perspective as we analyze the data from that. That's what this is. These are the ABCs, analytic basics for content creators. Yes, the title A/B testing video. So y'all, I am in fact testing 2 different titles and 2 different thumbnails for this content over the next 14 days. And now we're a little bit less than that because it's already been up. It was made public. This long format video was made public early this morning. But now, friends, we're down to 13 days and some hours where you're going to see the 2 different titles. Y'all drop down in the chat and let me know which of these 2 thumbnails did you see? Did you see my yellow thumbnail or did you see my red thumbnail? Because I've tested out 2 different thumbnails, which are the pictures. And then I'm also testing out 2 different titles, which are the words that are next to or underneath the thumbnail. Drop in the chat. When you watched my video, and if you haven't watched it yet, check down in the description box for a link to this, because this is a hot off the presses brand new feature. Hot off the presses brand new feature in YouTube Studio. Not available to all content creators, but I thank God for favor because it was available to me. Y'all, people make really good money. Like, there are so many apps that offer this feature, and creators have to pay for this feature. Y'all, YouTube is beta testing this, and they said, Kendi K, you have to watch the video. But they said, Kendi K, we will give you this title A/B testing feature. We'll give it to you through YouTube Studio. Please test it out for us and help us get the kinks out of it, right? Help us get the kinks out of it. Let us know if any issues pop up or if you have any questions about it. And I said, okay, you're going to let me get it for free? Well, people sometimes pay $10 and $20 a month to get this feature where you can test out 2 thumbnails and 2 titles for your content. So Nisha said she saw the yellow one. Model Lori Ann says, Nisha Antoinette says she saw the yellow title. So it's the same content, but which do you prefer to see, as which one is going to get me the most views and clicks and views? That is literally the title that I put on one of these, on the red one. I titled that New YouTube Studio Tool. Title A/B testing for more clicks and views. Because you know, people are always talking about clicks and views. So I was trying to do a little bit of that. Okay. And then I did a yellow thumbnail, which is kind of a nod to that bright yellow. You know, Kitty K loves that goldenrod yellow color. You often will see that yellow color in the wording on my thumbnails. And if you look at my channel page, you'll see that goldenrod yellow all over my channel page. And so you see that banner. I put a little bit of my yellow goldenrod banner up there. That yellow is repeated in the title, but against a black. And friends, so did anyone else see the red? Hey, Damo, welcome in, friend. Welcome in, y'all. We are going through the analytics. This is the ABCs of analytics, analytic basics for YouTube creators. Y'all, Candy K is testing out in real time. They just gave me access to this title A/B testing through the YouTube Studio app. And friends, I had to do this from the desktop version of YouTube Studio through a browser window. And so what is it going to test, Candy K? It's going to test both the thumbnail, and I have 2 versions of a thumbnail, and I created 2 titles. And it's going to help me determine, it's going to perform a test over the next 14 days and determine which is the best thumbnail for me to use and which one is the best title for me to use. And it says that it allows 14 days for the test to run unless it becomes very clear that there is a clear winner, and then it will shut it down early. Yeah, if you know, you know. So there's no use running that thing for 14 days if we know for sure that the viewers have picked a strong thumbnail and a strong title preference. Yes, I thank y'all for locking in. Thank everyone for sharing everything out, and thank y'all. Whatever brought you here, it's a little late for Candy K. It's a little late for me, especially through the week. But y'all make sure you check me out tomorrow, because I'm tootling on down to Model Lori Ann's after my work day tomorrow and hanging out with Model Lori Ann. Because one thing I know for sure, y'all, these younger folks will keep you young at heart. Right. So when Model Lori Ann put out the call, I said, absolutely, friend. Absolutely, y'all, because she's got a wonderful spirit. And so I'm going to be tootling on over there in my kitten heels over there with Model Lori Ann tomorrow. Y'all, she's got an interview segment, and check us out tomorrow. Look for the thumbnail on the YouTube streets, and I'll have a post with her link on it so that we can join her tomorrow. So yeah, if you're not doing anything, join us tomorrow. We're going to be over at Model Lori Ann's place. Tips, take a welcome in, friend. Welcome in. Yes, y'all, thank you for joining me. We are doing the ABCs, analytic basics for content creators. Y'all, we are looking at this data for Candy K's newest content. It is talking all about this new YouTube Studio feature called Title A/B testing. It's absolutely free through YouTube Studio. And they are doing the beta test. So they're trying to get all the little kinks and anything that's not working right out. They say, Candy K, will you test for us? And we'll give it to you for free. I said, absolutely, I will. Because y'all, people pay monthly subscriptions to different websites and apps for their phone, $5, $10, $15, up $20 or more a month for this same title A/B testing. So shout outs to the friends at YouTube Studio and AdSense for making this available to content creators absolutely free. I am so grateful for that. And so this is what we've learned so far. Y'all, I made this video public. This is a brand new content for me. So if you don't know anything about this feature, first of all, you want to hit the description box of this live stream for the link so that you can watch this video about title A/B testing. And friends, so far in just one day, it has a click-through rate of 6.2%. Did you hear that, friends? A 6.2%. And friends, let me just tell you right now, that is amazing. That's an amazing click-through rate. A click-through rate of 6.2% means that it's a percentage. So always think 100. That when my thumbnail was showed to 100 viewers, 6 of those 100 viewers clicked on my video and began to watch. Y'all, new and small content creators like myself, even with 1,400 subscribers, I'm on the way to 1,500, and I can already see 5,000 subscribers in my future. So if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. This is Kendi K. All day. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey. I'm hanging out here at the bottom because I want you all to be able to see these analytics for my channel available to me through the desktop edition of YouTube Studio, the browser edition. It's the back office. It is all of the data about your channel. So in one day, I have amassed a click-through rate of 6.2%. Y'all, what's normal for small creators is you're hoping that 2 out of 100 viewers who see your thumbnail will click on it. Friends, 6 out of 100. Y'all, really. If you read up on click-through rate, that's what CTR stands for, click-through rate. How likely is it, or how often did a viewer click on your thumbnail when it was posted to them in their channel feed from their phone or shown to them on their TV or their tablet device? 6.2% of the time is huge, right? Because a excellent click-through rate, y'all, is anything over 5 to 10%. Friends, for me, in one day to have amassed a 6.2% click-through rate, that means 6 out of 100 people clicked when they saw my thumbnail. And I appreciate each and every one of those 6 people, because what is normal is you're hoping to get to 2 out of 100 people will click on your thumbnail. And right now, 6.2% of people are clicking on my thumbnail when it is shown to them. And y'all, you may not be able to see it, but right there by my face, there is a time there in the blue box there. And it says 8 minutes and 54 seconds. Y'all, that is the average amount of time folks watched that video. 8 minutes and 54 seconds. So not only did they click on the thumbnail more often than not, y'all, they watched for almost 8.5 minutes. Y'all, they watched for almost 8.5 minutes. So if that was you or longer, y'all, remember I told you about those shorts and even some of my long format content. Y'all, I was lucky to get 13 seconds. So look at what the data is showing. People are clicking more and they're staying longer. I'm going to keep pushing out this content. I'm going to keep doing Shoptalk. Kendi K is going to keep doing her After Dark lives, my cook-alongs especially, because friends, it is working. It is working. Y'all, we're just going through the data. This is data analytics for beginning content creators. This is the ABCs, analytics basics for content creators. Y'all, we're just letting the data help us to make good decisions about our channel. Welcome in, friends. Welcome in. We want to give a very special thank you and shout out to my good friend, Anisha Antoinette. Thank you, friend, for the $20 holla. Thank you. I got me some shakers, y'all. We got to elevate. Y'all, Kendi K got our first YouTube check this week. So stay tuned. I've got a special series coming your way. We're going to talk about how much can you really do in these YouTube streets with about 1,400 subscribers, which is not a lot, because some people have 500. Do y'all know that YouTube still says a person who has 500,000, y'all, that's 500,000 subscribers, is still considered a small content creator. So how much can a Kendi K, who has 1,400 subscribers, how much can you make in a 30-day period? Well, Kendi K is going to let you know. I'm preparing the content right now to do a special series as a brand new, fully monetized channel. I want to do it right. I want to give it its due diligence because this is a big moment, but I want to make sure that folks are getting what they can from that and gleaning so that you can do even better than I did in my first month as a content creator. I'm super pleased though. And y'all, it is doable. It is doable. How did I move really quickly from being a initially or partially monetized content creator, which means that you have at least 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours, but those watch hours can only come from your long format content and from your live streams. Y'all, I am so happy to be sitting down because y'all about to take me out. Oh my God. Tips take. Thank you, friends. Thank you. We got money. And thank you. Y'all, our good friend Kyle has jumped in here. Thank you, Tips Take. I thank you for the encouragement, sister friend. I appreciate you. I appreciate you and Anisha Antoinette. Thank you, friends. Thank you. But friends, I'm just sharing the data so that you will begin to look for this data in the desktop edition of YouTube Studio with respect to your own channel. I'm helping you to analyze that data so that you can use that data to inform your decisions about your channel. Welcome in. Welcome in. Y'all, check out Kyle's blog. Check out Kyle Vlogs. And Kyle, have you did your live stream tonight? Kyle is my guy. Kyle is my guy, friends. And I rock with Kyle. We support each other because, y'all, it just makes the journey all the more sweeter. Kyle, drop in the chat. Let us know if you've already done your live stream. Because I'm going to come support you if you've not already done it. Y'all, I've worked during the day. And so I had a full day today. That's why I am coming tonight, because I already created the stream and put a thumbnail on it. Yes. Okay. So we'll be watching for Kyle's new content. It looks like it might be a long format video. Friends, let's finish looking at this data so we can come down from this place. So looking at the data so far for the new long format content. So y'all, it does only have 37 views, but the average length of the time people watched that video was just under 8.5 minutes. So friends, we already have 5.5 watch hours on that video. That's nothing to sneeze at, because y'all, tell the truth now. Tell the truth and shame the devil. You know exactly how long folks are watching your content. So be careful as a content creator. You can create all these lovely hour-long videos, but for what? Friends are only watching them 3 minutes, you hope. In my case, they are now watching as long as 8.5 minutes. And I'm telling you, I am super proud that in a 30-minute video, that video on title A/B testing, a new feature available to some creators through YouTube Studio. They're beta testing that. So it's not open to everybody just yet. It's a beta test. I'm one of the lucky ones. I appreciate that. Thank you to our friends at AdSense, and thank you to our friends in YouTube Studio, because I'm in the partner program. But I'm able to do the beta test because friends are paying for that with websites, applications, trying to get more views on their content. And now I get to do my test for free, testing 2 different thumbnails and 2 different titles for a period of 14 days to see which one works well with viewers. And it's working, y'all. So let's look at the data. Let's look at these graphs that you will have available to you through YouTube Studio, and just trying to help friends better understand the data. So this is the data for that video. That it was a long format video that I put out this morning. It's got 37 views on it, but I told you, y'all, the average view for each of those 37 views. Now, y'all can get me to 370 views. I need you to check that content out. Look in the description box. If you don't know what I'm talking about with this new studio feature called title A/B testing. If you're not familiar with that, then you want to watch that long format video so that you become familiar with it. So I'm already up to almost 6 watch hours on that thing. And then look at the trajectory. Look at the trajectory of that graph. Do you see that it's going straight up? I want it to continue to go straight up, but so far, so good. If you look at my graph there, friends, now the revenue probably has already gained some revenue on that, but it does take 2 or 3 days for the revenue to start showing up. Yeah, the processing will continue. But if you look at that graph, you see the green line that shows you the trajectory based on the number of views. That thing just started to gain more and more traction as people started commenting on it, as people started clicking on it. It already has a click rate greater than 6%. And that's a huge click-through rate. But you might see some gray. Do you see the gray there next to that green line? Friends, that's the average rate of growth for views on my channel in the first 24 hours. So you can see that this video is performing better than average for my new format, long format videos. That's what that means for us. The gray there represents and shows you what my average performance is over a 24-hour period when I post new long format videos. And so this one is already performing better because I'm making use of that new feature. And if you don't know about that new feature, it's called the Title A/B testing. A feature. It is going to be available and it is being beta tested by some content creators. I am one of them. And you can see my video on it by looking in the description box of this live stream. Y'all, this live stream is being brought to you by Pound Cake Experts, bringing to you 50 flavors of gourmet pound cake, including vegan and sugar-free and gluten-free options. Visit poundcakeexperts.com on all social medias. Thank you all. Thank you all. Y'all, thank you for rocking and riding with me in these YouTube streets. Y'all, it was a quick one. That was a quick one for us, friends. This is the ABCs, analytic basics for content creators. We talked about the click rate. We looked at the average number of watch time for me in July. Average watch time, they were not even watching my long format content. Friends, they were watching those shorts. And I had really good number of views on shorts. But guess what? Shorts don't count if you're trying to become partially monetized or hopefully fully monetized and beyond. But friends, I'm learning a lot in these YouTube streets. I'm now fully monetized. In July, I was not fully monetized. I wasn't even partially monetized. But y'all, you can do it too. And just keep coming to Shoptalk. We're up to episode 32. We record 3 live stream episodes with intention because you can ask questions in real time. And you don't have to get the answers from me. I'm just the facilitator, y'all. I just make this space available. But we are the Content Creator Collective. Y'all, let's grow all these channels to and through full monetization. Join me tomorrow with model Lori Ann. I'm totally talented. I told y'all I'm going to get my kitten heels on. I'm going to tiptoe over there to model Lori Ann's and hang out with her. Y'all, get in these YouTube streets. Collaborate and grow your channel. Grow, and go. Y'all, goodbye for now. And thank you. Thank you to Tiff's Take. Thank you so much, friend, for the $10 holla. And Nisha Antoinette, thank you, friend, for the $20 holla. Y'all, thank you, friends. I appreciate the encouragement from the bottom of my heart. Friends, you don't have to give a dime. But if you'd be so kind, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing to your girl. This is Kendi K all day. Goodbye for now.